Good Monday morning to you, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. This is your outlook for March 17th, 2014. And taking a look at the radar, the time of this video was recorded at about 11 p.m. on Tuesday evening. And this is the current radar. You see most of the precipitation is staying south of the Mason-Dixon line. Some very dry air that is working in from the north here that is preventing much of anything getting into Pennsylvania here. And I'm going to stop this here and just trying to show you where this is at. You got a lot of dry air sitting over Pennsylvania here, so a lot of this that's showing here in radar is not reaching the ground, maybe a few flurries. There were some reports of some very minor coatings down here in the extreme southern portion of Pennsylvania here, but not really getting into much of anything. The action actually is from a line from between northern Virginia through central Maryland over to Delaware, the Maryland Eastern Shore, and then extreme southern New Jersey. Really not much going on in a lot of these areas, though. It took a long time for this to, in some places, started as rain, but it was falling as snow in a lot of places, but melting on contact, and it took a long time for that to start accumulating. So, this is one of the things that we mentioned in our outlook and our discussions, that you could have snow falling, but because temperatures are marginal, you would have a hard time getting these areas to accumulate some of these heavy totals that we've seen put out there by some other private forecasting companies. And much of that was done with some of these model guidance outputs that were putting some very high totals up in this area here especially. And they were saying that this area was all going to be in a nice swath of 6 to 10 inches, and we just never saw that happening just because of the reasons we mentioned. So with that being said, if you go to the HRRR, this is a high-resolution rapid refresh model, and this is showing a dry slot working in here very quickly. So this precipitation actually going to shut off earlier than expected as this dry slot makes its way in here. And so we're going to stick with, even at this hour, we're going to stick with our final call map here, where it has the pink areas here are in the 3 to 6 range. I think that's still good. You can get that down here in Cape May County, getting that 3 to 6 inch range. But up in this red area here is a 1 to 3 inch range. The only wild card area might be around Baltimore. You might be able to squeeze out a little bit more than 3 inches here. There's some areas that are reporting at this hour close to 2 inches, or between 1 and 2 inches here. But there is a pretty sharp cutoff to the west here, so I'm not sure if they're going to get there or not, but it's going to be close. But these other areas here, straight across in this area should be in the 1 to 3. I wouldn't be surprised to see an isolated 4 inch amount, maybe even a 5 somewhere thrown in there. But for the most part, most of these areas are 1 to 3. And then here in this gray area, we have a trace to 1 inch. Now, a trace can be a flurry, so they're not really expecting any accumulations up in this area, especially around Philadelphia, up to Trenton here. I know there are active winter weather advisories, or there were at least, up in this area, but again, that dry air is really eating away at this and really not allowing this to come further north, at least as far as precipitation is concerned. So we like our final call still at this hour. Moving on to the GFS, this is looking at Tuesday now, and we're going to have a system down here to the southeast that's going to stay offshore and will not affect the area here. You see that taking off to the northeast at this point. Winds here are going to shift ahead of a cold front that's going to come through. It's actually going to be a warm front first that's going to move through. Warm front is going to be moving through first. This is the low pressure system moving through the Great Lakes, where you got a warm front sitting out here like this, cold front down here like this. So warm front is going to move through, and then right behind it, almost immediately, Wednesday night, you'll have the cold front come through. This is going to touch off a few showers. It will be warm here on Wednesday, and we're not expecting any mixed precipitation, even though that was indicated here. We'll have to watch it because there might be some higher elevations of the Poconos and might be able to get into some kind of a mixture to start, but it's very light precipitation, not expecting much out of this. And then here's Wednesday evening with the showers moving across the area with a cold front, and then the next frame it moves out of here pretty quickly. So we're thinking by midnight from west to east, the precipitation does end, but just some light showers, not a big deal. All right, then we're going to stay warm, even though high pressure moves in for Thursday. Might have an isolated shower possibility on Thursday, but we're going to stay on the warm side. Then we're going to have a system. Going to have a system here that's going to move in, very weak system from the west here. It's going to have a warm front attached with it. Again, it's showing some snow up here in the Poconos. We'll keep an eye on it, but again, we don't think it's going to be a big deal. And then a cold front comes through Looks like it's going to be overnight Friday night and early Saturday, but then that's out of here then, and the weekend looks fine at this point for the most part, maybe with an early shower remaining on Saturday. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, 2014. Have a great Monday.